Hi, students. I want to talk to you a little bit today about Vygotsky. He is one of the most well-known, along with Piaget, but sadly, he died at a very young age of 38. We often wonder what might have happened if he would have lived a lot longer, what other things that he would have discovered about children's cognition. It was interesting to me, I don't know if you saw it or not, in this chapter it talked about the influence that Vygotsky's sociocultural theory has had on Reggio schools in Italy, as well as all Reggio-inspired classrooms, of which our lab school is one of them. It's because of these Reggio schools that his theory has really blossomed in the last few years, several years actually, and has become so much more well known. He believed that not only did children learn from personal experience like Piaget believed, but there was a lot more involved in a child's learning. Some of those involvements were the social aspect, his sociocultural theory. And of course, we know culture is also involved. It involves the family, it involves the community, it involves the schools. It's every part of a child's life. And all of these work together. They really can't be separated when children are involved in their learning and cognitive development. All of these things help shape that child's learning. And he believed, as Piaget did, that much of this learning takes place when children are at play. I hope you will really understand the importance of play even more as you are reading these chapters, because every single one of them, all 5 theorists, believed in play. He is most famous for his ZPD, or zone of proximal development. That's the distance between the most difficult thing a child can do alone as compared to the most difficult task the child can do with help. Okay? So that difference is ZPD, the zone. And when a teacher facilitates that learning, it's called scaffolding. When a teacher or even another peer assists a child in going to that next level, that is scaffolding. And you'll need to know and understand these 2 terms because one of your assignments is to actually take note of that in a classroom and jot down what you see. Did you see a child having difficulty maybe going to a better understanding or the next level, and where they were able to do that with a peer or a teacher's help? Hopefully that happens many times in a day. And one of the most important things is for a teacher to be observant and be watching to see when she may need to facilitate that learning to a further level. I'll just quickly go over 5 areas that your chapter covered, and that is what he believed in. He believed, like Montessori did, in observation. How can you know if a child needs help going to the next level if you're not observing? Montessori also believed in that importance. And we also know from Reggio schools and the approach that observation is a big, big area that is used. Teachers are always observing and jotting down what they're learning. Another thing is you've got to plan challenging curriculum to stretch a child's competence. What better way to do this than through sociodramatic play, and also through Reggio-inspired classrooms that offer a lot of opportunity for projects going with the child's interests. He believed, too, in the value of communication. Encourage conversation. A lot of times I know when children are in groups, they're told to be quiet. Shh, don't make any noise. The teacher is talking. That can be good, but sometimes opportunities are missed in children's thinking if they're not given the opportunity to give an opinion or to talk. Provide opportunities for children to work together. Of course, we know play is probably the best way to do this, as well as children being involved in projects together where they work together to facilitate their learning and just different things that they can learn through working together on projects. And a lot is said with Vygotsky's theories about self-regulation. We know that many children come into school, pre-K, preschool, and on up with absolutely no self-regulation. And they can't seem to stop what they're doing, whether it's misbehavior or what. They just don't have that self-regulation. And I feel strongly about this because the best way for children to learn self-regulation is through sociodramatic play, and that is not happening. Children aren't given those opportunities in many, many classrooms today. And so they're not having opportunities to develop this valuable skill. We know that when they're involved in this higher level of play, they do have to learn to self-regulate. They have to learn to negotiate. They have to learn to problem solve. And they even get to tell others in the group what they can do. And all of these things work together to develop a child's cognitive skills. But self-regulation is probably one that is often referred to today in schoolrooms, classrooms. This child just can't regulate their behavior. Their behaviors are off the charts. And there can be a lot of different reasons for that. There could be disabilities or whatever, but self-regulation is paramount to a child's ability to learn and develop in cognitive ways. All right, I think that's enough for today, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.